record is on. Hey, thank you for joining us, Nicole. Nicole was a part of the Marketing with Heart program. And before I jump in and ask her a bunch of questions, Nicole, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. So I'm from Australia. I live on the East Coast. I live in the forest by the sea, and I work with a very unique form of birth preparation.
Okay, so Nicole helps expectant moms. I'm going to do it for her because she can say it. So Nicole helps expectant moms and women who are trying to conceive consciously prepare for the birthing process. She helps them through a very unique process to make sure that the baby's arrival earthside is the best possible. Okay, so Nicole, what made you sign up for this program, Marketing with Heart?
Partly because you, Richa, can describe my business and my work better than I can. No, I signed up for this because over the year, so I've been working with this modality and trying to do my own marketing and stuff for some years now. And my kids are getting older, and it's time for me to really knuckle down and, extend my message further afield. And I've been wanting to do that for a long time. And I have been flailing around like a fish out of water, learning all these things, implementing some, chopping and changing, pivoting a few times, because of course my modality is brilliant for lots of different people. And Richa is a no-nonsense girl. And I really felt like I needed that strong container to kind of pin me down and help me to achieve something from start to finish. And that's what we've done in Marketing with Heart. We've set up a whole funnel around a lead magnet and, worked on the niching for that particular lead magnet. And, the wording for the offering, the whole bit. So there's, all the way from a Facebook post to sales calls for that particular offering has been achieved with this program. And that's exactly what I needed, was that level of accountability.
So you remember when we started so there are a lot of other marketing programs out there, right? What do you think makes this different, and what made you sign up for this one in particular? You've seen a lot of coaches, you've been around, you've done other programs, right? What made this different?
Well, I know that you, Richa, completely understand my work. You understand the need for my work. And that's one of the things that made me sign up for this, is because I have worked with other people who don't necessarily understand the necessity of preparing for birth. And so it's a lot of talk in the clouds and not really getting to the guts of the message. And so there's that. And then there's the fact that, like I said, your personality type really fits with mine, not because we're the same, but because we're quite different, and that you can, help me to stick to something and to see it through. And the other thing is that because it is uniquely aimed at women and marketing to women, as well as being women ourselves and having a whole mix of different requests and commitments with our time, and I felt understood.
Awesome. So when we started off, the first week was breaking down regular marketing and how we're going to do it different and how it affects us, why we hold back from marketing, especially as women, right? You remember that part?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to share something about it? Because that's not the way a normal marketing program starts.
No, well, that was like a little bit of a purging almost of seeing like, well, what are our previous beliefs around marketing, and let's get them out on the table and look at them and kind of move them to the side, because that's not what we're doing. And it's not, just remove the blockage of going, well, okay, I'm going to market my work. And likewise, further on in the program, the sales prayer which is about really shifting the context of why we want to make sales.
Exactly. So for those of you watching, inside the program, we have a couple of meditations, we have formations, we have prayers. All of that helps us shift the perspective around marketing, because marketing has been historically such a pushy, masculine, aggressive way of tricking people into buying. But in this program, the way I teach marketing, it's of standing up and being of service. It's about taking a leadership position to help the people you are meant to serve. And Nicole, do you think we achieved that in the marketing content that we've created, in the funnel that we've created? Do you think we've achieved that?
I do. I'm still putting, or I've created all these bits, and I'm still putting it together. So it definitely, I know that it works, and I know that we've reached right into the heart of the matter for pregnant women, of what, why they feel the need to prepare. And given that what I'm marketing and what I was working on for this course was a private retreat, yeah, I feel like we've reached right into the heart of what it is they need, and the deeper reasons behind why they would book in.
Now, when you are marketing your retreat or your one-on-ones even, would you feel that marketing or sales is icky, or that you have to be pushy?
No, I think, if I did, that would be a sort of regression, because I feel like I've really wrapped my head and my heart around the fact that this is a necessary, marketing and sales is a necessary thing for me to do in order to be able to help the women that I feel called to serve.
Yes. And you had one sales call yesterday. You had one lady sign up for another retreat yesterday. This time when you had this sales call or a discovery call, how did it feel different from anything that you've done before? Or did this program make any difference, considering that it was a different retreat than the one that we've been working on? Did this program make any difference to it?
Yeah, it totally did, because to start with, I remembered to ask for the sale. I remembered to set parameters in place before we left the call about what's happening next, as in how will you pay me, which previously, I've left that stuff totally up to chance. I've just kind of yes, this is me, and this is that. The other thing that was really different was that I really remembered that the focus was on outcomes and on her and her experience. I feel like I listened a lot more than I have previously. Previously, I've maybe been a little bit on the front foot of talking about the modality or talking about myself and what the offering is, as opposed to, and the practicalities of how it's going to unfold. Whereas this time was completely about outcomes. And yeah, my retreat is in Italy. We didn't even talk about how she's going to get there or what the accommodation is like.
I can't tell you how proud I am to hear that.
Yeah, we didn't talk about any of the practical aspects. It was purely about the work. And that retreat is a 10-day retreat. And she's 100% sold. She's looking forward to it.
So you've recovered more than the cost of this course, right? But for
I probably have. Yeah, I actually haven't worked that out yet. But, yeah.
So for those not in the know, we've been back and forth about in all of Nicole's marketing earlier, she would talk about the modality and jump into explaining the modality and all the practical aspects of a retreat. And we've been all of that is important, and all of that does go on your sales page, and people do need to know that. But when you're starting that conversation, people don't quite care about that. What people care about is the results. What people care about is how you're going to help them and how you're going to transform their lives. So for Nicole, this has been a journey to step away from jumping into the how first and instead focusing on the person that she's speaking to and what that person needs and wants, and understanding that and helping them make that decision. So this has been a really, really big deal for us. So, Nicole, that was the emotional or the softer aspect of it, shifting from your modality to talking about that person and what they want. Behind the scenes, we did a whole lot of work writing content, creating a funnel. Now, a lot of women shy away from funnels, and there are people who write like million pieces of content, and they go all out in writing content. While we have written a lot of content, it's been streamlined, or at least that's been my attempt. What's been your experience creating 3 blog posts, a dozen Facebook posts, a lead magnet, and an email sequence, all of that? What's been your experience in this program, creating that, and how has it been different from blog posts or email sequences you wrote earlier?
Look, getting personalized feedback on those things has been really beneficial, not just for the posts and things that I've outputted from this course, but going forward as well, because there's certain tendencies, like my tendency to talk about accommodation, that kind of needed tweaking and adjusting. And that whole thing of like really taking the time to get into your ideal client's head and talking about, what their needs are and what what it is that they're looking for. That's something that I will carry forward with me. Saying that, of course, I want you in my life forever, Richa, but I don't know that I'm going to manage that. But it gives me a lot more confidence in my output to know that I've got some kind of golden rules now, like, because a lot of what I talk about is empowering women for pregnancy. I have also sometimes led with doom and gloom, and that's something that I now have a really high radar for, of like, no doom and gloom, no doom and gloom. And because it is, some of my subject matter is a little bit touchy and a little bit tricky, and so I've had some personal hooks around that, around not wanting to upset people, not wanting to incur, stressful mama wrath, not wanting to upset people who have maybe had births that they didn't want to have, but they justify or have had justified by medical practitioners. Like, there's some sticky areas.
It is. Birthing is a very powerful, as well as it's the most intensely emotional experience. And
super emotional.
So much misunderstanding, misconceptions, and pressures around it. But
and so much sensitivity for women. And so all of that stuff has had some pretty strong hooks for me as well, and some strong inhibiting factors. And I feel like we've worked through quite a lot of that as well.
Awesome. So what's been the best part of the program for you? Does that mean you didn't like it?
Huh?
Okay, go ahead.
I think the accountability has been really valuable for me, and at the same time, your understanding around that. So, this course happened over the Christmas period, which was crazy in some ways, but Richard was very understanding, and I'm not the only one that's benefited from that. Some of the other women, they've had illnesses, they've had family stuff. Culturally, it's so different for us here in Australia, what happens over Christmas and summer, compared to life in India. And still, Rich has been super understanding. So I love that there is accountability with compassion. And also, here in Australia, the fires, it's been ugh. So there's that. And then there's things like the affirmations. So things that aren't necessarily traditional marketing tools, but we've been able to utilize them within this course to foster the confidence that you need to be able to continuously put yourself out there. And Yeah, I haven't listened to it for a while, but in the beginning of the course, I was listening to the affirmations on every car journey. And, why do people fall into my lap? Why do my ideal clients find me so easily? Why do I make zillions of dollars doing work that I love? And, prompting myself with this, because my work is brilliant, because I am ideally suited to bring this work out into the world, because I am magnetic to those who are willing and ready to receive what I have to offer. And, prompting myself up with these affirmations has made a really big difference and made me feel like, I am uniquely positioned to offer this spiritual birth preparation to the world. I have wonderful gifts to share, and I am going to do it.
Awesome. And you may or may not realize this, but in the program, we cover 3 very, very important aspects that hold women back from marketing themselves fully. There's the mindset, all the mindset stuff, the gremlins, the voices in our head that hold us back. The affirmations, the meditations, the energy practices, the sales prayer all help us overcome that, because that is a very, very real issue for women, especially heart-centered women who started their business to make an impact on the world, who are not in it just for the money. It becomes difficult for us to market. So that's one part of it. And then there's the practical aspect of your content. Okay, the kind of blog post, Facebook post, and putting it into a funnel, because a lot of people create content, but it's all disjoint. By having this structure of a funnel, of having a structured funnel to create, it kept you guys focused, and it showed you how those different pieces of marketing came together. So whether you realize it or not, going ahead, when you create another lead magnet, or when you create another program that you want to create your marketing for, you will see how to line them up. You will know how to line them up and how to make sense of them. And then the third part was accountability, because we are women, we have kids that you have to feed, that you have to take care of, that will go and get into scrapes and bruises and whatnot. We have lives that we have to take care of. We are not 20-something white men with no responsibilities. And in the chaos of all that, it's very, very easy to put yourself and your business on the back burner, especially the marketing of your business. You'll prioritize paying clients, front-end clients right now, and that's about it. So to be able to prioritize your marketing, saying that, yes, I want to grow my business, I'm ready to scale my business, and I'm going to, instead of doing the marketing in bits and pieces when I get 5 minutes here and there, I'm actually spending the energy, I'm putting the thought into making this whole thing line up. So the accountability to make that happen. And I think that is why I've loved conducting this program for you guys and working with you through it. And I've loved to see the growth. You've got some amazing results. You have changed the way you look at your marketing. You have signed up a retreat client effortlessly for a larger retreat. You have, I don't know if you see the difference from when you started to now, but I certainly do. It's changed the way you will approach your work. Other participants, there have been other participants who've signed up so many clients. So it's been it's been an incredible journey for me as well to see this and to see that, yes, everything that I put into this program has had an impact and it has panned out. It's not your regular marketing course. It worked. What I wanted to achieve with this program did work.
Yeah, it's completely worked for me. I'm really, really happy that I did the program, and it's also worked in that it's shifting my perspective about all the content that I've already created. And I have a very firm plan to tweak a lot of my existing content and to actually, begin to funnel that stuff down, if not into the same funnel, then into another one. And funnels are super important for me because I am a mother of 2 and I have a high maintenance lifestyle out here in the bush. And I'm multi-passionate. So, as I'm sure most of your clients would be. So funnels are very important. So that your clients or potential clients can get to know you without you needing to be on the end of the phone every time.
Exactly. And a lot of people think that funnels are impersonal, or because it's automated, or because you've pre-written the content. But yeah, I can see you shaking your head. The funnel that we've created, is it impersonal? Does it?
Absolutely not. And anyway, the difference between having contact or not having contact, they won't have contact with me otherwise. I can't be there for 6 emails after each inquiry. No way. But this way, they get to have content and be directed into different avenues of my work. And, you know,
It's still a conversation.
I know it's going to work
The way
really
we've written your
beautifully
blog post,
for me.
sorry. Yeah. The way we've written your Facebook post and your blog post is it's not just content. They're having a conversation with you, right? Even if you're not there physically, even if you're not on the phone with them, all of your Facebook posts, your emails, they flow like a conversation. So it's not impersonal stuff thrown on them. You're just continuing the conversation via email, via post, till the point that they get on that discovery call with you. So it comes together, I think, beautifully. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the program or working with me? I think I ran through all of my questions.
Yeah. Just thank you. Thank you for your patience with me. Thank you for your persistence. Thank you for your understanding and compassion for, you know, the sometimes weird and wonderful ways of my work. Yeah, and thank you for mostly for your understanding of why my work is important. I really value that, and I feel like I've had a, you know, a partner for this duration. And yeah, now I've just got to keep on generating more clients so that I can keep on working with you, Richa.
That's a nice goal to have. But may you generate, may you work with more clients, may you help more women have a powerful birthing journey. I've told you this so many times. It's such an important part of a woman's life. And if you're not having kids by choice, that's a separate thing. But when you are having kids, it's the most pivotal moment of your life. And we don't quite understand that until till you're further along. So yeah, the work you're doing is absolutely needed. And I'd love to see you help transform the way women approach pregnancy and birthing. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Nicole. Bye-bye.
Thank you.